Hello, everyone, and welcome into the show. We've got a good one for you today. We've got Adam Carlton with us today, who is one of the latest members of the AUM training program, and is going to be talking about this crazy journey here in the life insurance industry. Adam, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good, sir. Good, sir. How are you?
Okay, doing real good, doing real good. Love the hat to the back there. Yeah, we're just chilling out today. This is cool. This
Great.
is cool. Well, man, tell us a story here. I mean, how and why did you even get into this whole insurance game?
So insurance is kind of a second revisit for me. A couple of years ago, I worked for a different practice company. Didn't quite work out, the way I wanted it to, and um, really, I revisited it this year. I'm a flight attendant full time, and we got furloughed when the pandemic and everything broke out, and I was like, wow, jobs aren't really as secure as you may think they are.
Mm.
So I need to find a second, a backup plan. So insurance reapproached. I figured out, it wouldn't take long to get licensed, and kind of, really dug into it and saw the longevity there because everybody needs life insurance.
Yeah.
So, I dove down the rabbit hole, and here we are.
Awesome, man. Well, that's great. That's great. Flight attendant. I spent a lot of time on an airplane, being in the United States Air Force years and years and years ago myself, but never as a flight attendant. I'm sure that was more than interesting job to have. But I mean, as far as with what it is that you've been doing in the life insurance realm, um, how has that been for you so far?
Oh my gosh, it's been a roller coaster. It has been very exciting. It's been an interesting process. It's been really fun, actually, just to watch everything unfold and how it's working. And I've had a few humbling moments. Teeth kicked in a little bit, but there's always a peak to a valley, is the way I look at it. So.
Sure. I mean, what's been some of the most challenging things as far as in your estimation that you've gone through? What's been the biggest challenges you've had in this thing?
I would say honestly, the booking the appointments has been the most challenging part for me.
Okay.
Once I get in the home and I don't meet a stranger. I never have. I come from a sales background. That's pretty much all I've ever done is, retail sales or sales customer service to some degree. So, talking to people comes easy for me. It's more so calling them and trying to book the appointment, trying to get them in the headspace of thinking what I need them to think about. So yeah, I'd say that's been the most challenging part for me.
Wow. Yeah. And I mean, for so many of folks in this industry, it is. Are there any maybe tips or tricks that you have, even with that, as far as how do you overcome that?
I'd say there's power in numbers. If you can get yourself disciplined enough, which that's a struggle for me, especially with ADHD, sitting in one spot, making dials for hours and hours and hours at one time. It's very hard to stay focused. So, but I would say the easiest way to overcome that is just keep doing it. You get more comfortable and you get better in time. You find your flow as far as what verbiage feels natural for you. Is you know, everybody there's scripts that you can follow, but you have to put your own spin to it. You have to talk in a way that feels comfortable and feels natural for you. So the only way to do that is by practice and calling people and just keep hitting the numbers. I
Yeah.
think that having a large amount of people to call also helps you because, like I said, there's power in numbers. Eventually, you're going to get a yes.
Yeah, there is a numbers thing with that. I mean, so many times I see agents, they get in here and they buy 10 leads, or they get 10 leads and they think that's all they need. It's like, if you're playing slow ball or small ball, you're not going to go very far in this. Is that kind of what led you to us, or how did you come about finding Arturo Johnson Consulting?
So it's actually funny, and I'm being 100% transparent. I have seen the ad on Facebook scrolling through. I've seen it multiple times, and for months I would scroll through and I'd look, I'd watch the video, and I'm like, that's kind of interesting, and then keep going,
Mm-hmm.
because it didn't really. I didn't think it served there wasn't a need there for me yet. However, mentioned before that me being a flight attendant, I'm no longer furloughed, so I'm going back with the company in November to flying full time. And now all of a sudden there was a need because I'm like, well, how am I going to book appointments? How am I going to do this? How am I going to manage both? It's going to be very difficult. And believe it or not, his ad came scrolling through Facebook right around the same time that I was having those thoughts. And so I watched the video and I actually paid attention that time. And I was like, wait a minute, there's something here. If I can develop a way to where there's an automated system where people can book the appointments themselves and I spend less time on the phones, then, that could really work as far as trying to balance flying and doing this on the side, so that if I'm away on a trip or at work or something like that, I don't have to stress myself out about, I didn't get any dials in today, I didn't make any phone calls, because there's a way that people can still book appointments with me on the days that I have available, so that when I do come home from work and I do come home from a trip, I already have an appointment and I'm ready to go. So that was the biggest sale factor for me, as far as with the consulting and the program. And then the more I dove into it, it's way deeper than that. It's the mentality. It's
Mm-hmm.
uh, the development, the step by step. Like literally, there is somebody there or has been there for me anytime I have a question, quick response. Like it's almost um, it's way more than what I expected. Let's say that.
Wow, that's really awesome. I mean, how long have you been in the program now?
Maybe a good month.
Good month. So, what's that experience been like for you? So, what's been going on since you've joined?
I have learned a lot. I've learned a lot about Facebook marketing. I've learned about the ads. How the system works. Really, um, it's that in itself has been very exciting because I feel like anything I can do to make myself more successful, any little tool that I can put in my bag, any little thing that I can pick up, is only going to help me, you know, progress and get further down the road where I want to be. So I would say with Facebook, that's huge, because a lot of our marketing, a lot of our ads and things like that, is going more virtual, if not majority eventually going to be all virtual. Um, it's not the insurance is not what it used to be.
Hmm.
Um, you know,
Yeah, I mean, so in the past couple of weeks that you've been in, have you started booking appointments? Are you just still in learning mode? Where are you in your journey with us?
so I've had so far my ads have been running. I want to say maybe a good 2 weeks now.
Okay.
Um, I've had a total of, I want to say, 14 leads that's come through. Two of those booked an appointment on their own. And then one of those, I booked the appointment. And I actually booked it in the middle of my normal schedule that I had with in person or in home presentations, and it worked out perfect because as soon as I left the home, it was time for the appointment. I pulled over at Starbucks. I had my computer with me in the car, ran the appointment in the car, so got him signed up for coverage, and closed my computer and kept it moving.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, what is it? I mean, Adam, what were you doing before you found us? How were you going about getting leads or appointments? What is it? What was that like?
Yeah, so the company that I'm with, they have a CRM platform that, has different vendors, different lead vendors. So I was kicking it really old school. I was going in, I was buying the leads, I was printing them out, calling them one by one, sitting on the phone for hours and hours and hours a day, just going through. It could have been leads that have already been dialed, or they're, getting multiple phone calls from other people. You kind of don't really know what you're going to get until you dive into it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I was getting my appointments, and some days were a struggle. Um, I would say having this in my back pocket and having an automated system on the back end, I feel more supported.
Mm.
Um, I feel like I have a backup, if you will, because these are leads that are fresh. They're coming in. They hit right away. As soon as it hits, you get a text message on your phone, and if you're free right then, you can call them right then. So there's a safety net, if you will.
Got you. Man, I mean, there's going to be, more than a few other life insurance agents that actually watch this interview between you and I, and there are folks, Adam, just like you. They're scrolling, they're seeing the ad.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll come back to it. They're, a
Right.
couple weeks, they're scrolling. Adam, what would you tell these folks? I mean, based on your own experience, what would your advice to be those folks that are just scrolling right now?
I would say, you know what, I believe that there's a time and a place for everything. When the right time comes, it'll hit you. And, if you're thinking about it, if you're not really sure, um, do it. Go for it. Just take the jump, trust the process, and just know that you'll be better off after it's over. Don't wait a couple of weeks or a couple of months, because that's, you're leaving money on the table.
Uh
So
huh.
dive for it.
Man. Well, Adam, I want to sincerely thank you for taking this time with me today and just talking to us about your experience, your journey in the life insurance industry, and especially with us here at Arturo Johnson Consulting. We're so happy for you and proud and just glad that we can be a part of this with you. And like you said, completely support you in what it is that you're doing. So thanks so much for being here with me today. I definitely appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, everyone. Look, make sure you do check out the website, ArturoJohnsonConsulting.com. There's going to be some links around this video as well that you can check out so that you can see exactly what it is that we're going to be able to do for you as well. As a matter of fact, we got some new tricks up our sleeves. So until next time, we'll see you then. You take care.